USL Jägermeister Cup quarterfinals comes to you tonight from Leesburg, Virginia. It's Loudoun United and Sacramento Republic. Loudoun, the Group 5 winners. Sacramento, the Group 1 winners. Alongside former Manchester United goalkeeper Gary Bailey, I'm Michael Watring. So great to have you on board with us here this evening for this matchup. And Gary, Loudoun has played with some fine margins. They took to the 96th minute to beat Lexington in this tournament, but they escaped a very, very good Group 5.
It was a very difficult Group 5 because they had to beat Lou City, and they did that by 2-1. They got a draw against Charlotte Independence. They won on that one on penalties, and drew against North Carolina, having the keeper sent off unfairly, it turns out. Lost that one on penalties. They really have been on fire in the Jaeger Cup.
And they advance to the quarterfinals, and they bring in some fresh blood as well. How about Archimedes Ordonez coming off of a brace, off of the bench in his second match against Indy.
He took them really well. The first one controlling with his left volley with his right foot. The second one turns out to be a match winner. He's had 2 games, 2 goals. There's not a bad impact to make. Let's see what he can do today.
His high-flying goal scoring will be needed against the Sacramento team that has been the stingiest defensive team in the Jaeger Cup. They've only conceded once. They have 3 clean sheets.
Yep, defensively good, and attacking-wise, they put Las Vegas to the sword, knocking 4 past them. That was a week after they beat them 5-0 in the league, so Las Vegas won't want to see Sac Republic for a long time. They've got goal scorers from everywhere. Russell Cicerone, top class. Managed to beat Spokane Velocity and AV Ultra as well. And just lots of one match against Orange County, but all in all, superb Jägermeister Cup form.
Definitely good defensively, but in the attack, they have a 3-headed monster. Pirano does not get the start tonight, but Sebastian Herrera and Russell Cicerone lead this charge. They have 10 combined goals and assists in all competitions.
Fantastic strikers and loads of experience, both Herrera and Cicerone, 30 years of age. And as you can see, they score and they assist. And they're going to have Roro Lopez just behind them to supply them as well. So it's an exciting front line for Sacramento tonight.
Tonight is the 4th time that these 2 clubs have met. Loudoun have never won. Sacramento has outscored Loudoun 10-2 in the prior 3 meetings. Which team advances to the Jaeger Cup semis? We'll find out when we return.
Meet Bob.
Did you sign up for your boating class?
Nah, I gotta learn how to swim first.
Meet Abasola.
New shoes?
They are a lifestyle.
They fell in love and now have a blended family.
You are a bad influence.
You're welcome.
Life isn't always easy when cultures collide.
Hey, Auntie.
But they can always count that Abasola loves Bob.
Everything's gonna be great.
And Bob hearts Abasola.
Weekdays at 7 on DCW 50.
This is business today. Fast, unpredictable, always changing. Shifting trends and technologies are pushing aside old rules. The unexpected is the new normal. At Segra, we'll help you navigate a complex future with state-of-the-art voice, internet, and data protection solutions. We know you have dreams, and we see your potential. Segra, freedom to grow.
3 ice cold Jägermeister shots, please. Those look warm.
Serve it cold or don't serve it at all. Jägermeister. Damn, that's cold.
What kind of future do you want? You have something worth fighting for.
Failure is not an option. Anyone? Just a second, Bradley. Anyone?
On this field, winners are born.
Hold on to your butts.
I know who did it. I know why.
My thing's bigger.
Shut up.
Settle up, partner.
Here goes nothing.
Get your game on.
Thanks for coming after me.
We look forward to our very bright future.
Jägermeister is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the USL Jägermeister Cup. Take a shot at glory and celebrate the magic of this exciting tournament all year long. Please drink responsibly. Starting lineups are brought to you by VSI, the ultimate choice for ultimate spine solutions. 3 changes in the 11, including Ordonez getting his first start.
He does. The 22-year-old Guatemalan international should be exciting up front. Robbie Damrock comes in at left back or left centre back, and 37-year-old Pedro Santos brings his experience to that right midfield position. So a well-balanced 3-4-3 for Loudoun United.
Sacramento makes 4 changes, and they go to their Jägermeister Cup goalkeeper, Jared Mazzola.
Yep, Danny Vitiella pops to the bench, and then Jared Timmer comes in for young Chibi Ukebu, who drops to the bench. Nick Ross in midfield, Christian Perano goes to the bench. And up front, Sebastian Herrera replaces Corey Bennett, the new signing, who's also available from the bench.
It's a great day for action here in Leesburg, Virginia. A little bit of wind here makes it palatable here in late August for this contest. The red kits for Loudoun and the off-gray kits for Sacramento here in this one. The whistle blows in this quarterfinal matchup in the USL Jägermeister Cup. Kicks off Loudoun versus Sacramento Republic. Michael Watering, Gary Bailey, and the rest of our team invite you to come hang out with us for this matchup here today. Long ball down the field, immediately coming out. Faroux heads it aside. Good early tempo to this matchup. Gary, what do you expect to watch as we go throughout the night?
Well, this is a cup match, very different from the league. One team advances to the semis, the other goes home. So speaking to both coaches, they both had the same comment. We've got to find a way to win. It's not about tactics or anything else. It's about getting a result. So I expect to see a fully committed, exciting quarterfinal cup match here tonight.
Brian Martin said that if you would have told this group at the beginning of the season that they'd be 3rd in the East and in the final 8 of the Jägermeister Cup, they would have been quite happy, but also understands it's an opportunity for this club to get their first ever trophy. And it all starts here. They're 3 wins away, as are Sac Republic. Loudoun like to play an up-tempo game. They get into the box as well as anybody in the league. And then Neil Collins on the other side said they're relatively pleased with where they are at right now as a foul is whistled on Sacramento. There is Herrera, Sebastian, the Colombian, with a hefty challenge.
Let's have a look again here. You've got to be careful not to pick up yellows. He went to try and block the ball, maybe catches the defender there a little bit. He's got to be careful. In these sort of matches, cup matches, you can't afford to go down to 10 players. That is about managing your tackles. Good to see Robbie Damrock looking okay in his return to the first team.
Neil Collins said that the Jägermeister Cup, a great addition. Loved the group stage, how exciting it was, getting a chance to play teams from League One. The geographic distances that they had to travel with those integrated rivalries as well. And you go straight into the quarterfinal, and now 3 matches away from getting some hardware. And this is one of the 3 that are simultaneous kickoffs here in this one. Rhode Island, Birmingham, Indy, and Greenville. And the final match of the night kicks off in 90 minutes. That's San Antonio and Hartford.
The last thing about this match, it puts 3rd in the East against 2nd in the West, and the 2 very, very successful teams. So we're seeing the best of what the USL has to offer here tonight.
McCabe moves it back. Loudoun sitting 3rd in the East despite a 7-match winless run prior to the 3-2 win against Indy over the weekend. Sacramento, meanwhile, unbeaten in its last 7 overall matches. Kleeman steps over. Abukura captures, and that ball rolling out of play actually benefits Sac Republic. Alua throws to McCabe. Weirman. McCabe at midfield.
You mentioned that Indy 11 win for Loudoun. Kimi Ordonez scoring 2 of those goals. 63% possession for Loudoun. A number of teams, including Lou City, have said that Loudoun are a very, very good possession team. They keep it, they move it around, they probe, and that seems to be the big challenge for most teams that play them. Can they get the ball, and can they get at the Loudoun United defense?
Neil Collins talked about all the tussles they've had against Loudoun. He's back with Tampa Bay, of course. Thinks that Ryan Martin does a great job with the young players, and this group has meshed well with some of those young up-and-coming talents, as well as some of the more established players like Florian Velo and Pedro Santos.
Yeah, certainly a very good manager, Ryan Martin, getting his chance now to put his stamp on a team by the players he wants, as opposed to being more of a feeder team for DC United, which Loudoun were a couple of seasons back. And Neil Collins, no slouch himself, hugely successful with Tampa Bay Rowdies, and after a little spell back in Britain, he's now here and creating what looks like a very, very good Sac Republic team.
Below winds up the right-hand side of the pitch, and Amukura chases in the middle. It goes right behind Velo's right foot, however, and into the clutches of Jared Mazzola. He immediately tests Learman down the field. Cicerone gets shut down by Learman. Tingy. Skundrich. Awua. Awua here on this left. Releases the ball. It is Ordonez. Ordonez strikes it with the left foot, gets it back. Second chance. Mazzola is there like a brick wall to deny.
We mentioned Kimi Ordonez and what an impact he had last match, scoring twice. The Guatemalan international seems to be a really wonderful talent. And here he is getting the ball, shielding it initially. Gets the first effort blocked, but very quick to react, as he was in the last match against Indy 11. He had a shot, keeper saved, toe poked it in for the winning goal. And that's one player that they're going to have to keep an eye on, Sac Republic. And might I suggest, Ebukura, the second in the Golden Boot, could be a second player they'll need to watch carefully.
The depth that Loudoun has brought in has allowed this team to try to finish the year strong, something that they have not typically done in their time. Here's Blake Willie, the teenager. Sacramento wind it all the way around. Kleeman over for Lee Desmond, the captain. Plays it looking for Cicerone, and that ball trickles out for a goal kick.
Just mentioning Ebukura and Kimi Ordonez, just got to also bring in Velo into that conversation as we look at Ryan Martin. He's had an unbelievable season. Yes, the last couple of games, well, you said 7 of them before they beat Indy 11, were very frustrating after a fantastic run. But to be fair, they conceded some late goals there. It was 95th minute against FC Tulsa, 103rd minute against North Carolina in the Jägermeister Cup. So they have had some issues late in games and some bad luck of Loudoun United.
Ordonez doubles this ball up. Has choices and decides to lay it to the wide side. Velo, team leader in assists this season, sends it over. Dambrot lays it back. Learman. McCabe. And they reset. Loudoun 4 goal scorers during the group stage. Sacramento 5 goal scorers during the group stage. So both teams have the options in the attack. Faroux, as you mentioned, he picked up a red card in the final match of the group stage in the 54th minute. And North Carolina, as you just mentioned as well, they equalized in that game in the 103rd minute. And they ultimately overruled that red card against Faroux, so that's why he is allowed to play in this match tonight. A near disaster, just enough to get it back to Faroux, who made 15 saves during the group, second most among players during the group stage.
Very good goalkeeper, 28 years of age, fantastic age to be. You're at your prime. I think also credit on the other side to Neil Collins for giving Jared Mazzola a run out as his Jägermeister goalkeeper. And he's had some very good games, made some good saves, Jared Mazzola. And of course, Danny Vitiello, the normal #1 for the league, is on the bench and available. But when you have two good goalkeepers, you have to give one of them a run out in the cup. Maybe on the Loudoun side, their option as a goalkeeper is a little bit younger and maybe not just ready yet. Ryan Jack, just 21 years of age. Mind you, he did get 35 minutes in that game against North Carolina when Hugo Faroux was sent off.
Neil Collins talked about they have two quality keepers. You never know when you might need Mazzola. You just mentioned the situation with Faroux getting a red card. It's not something that you intend to happen, but something that you better be ready for in case that occurs. Willie leaves it. Cicerone darts past the first man, cuts back. Cicerone goes down, no foul. Willie. And now it is a late whistle. Cicerone cannot believe it. The veteran gets a yellow card as well.
He does get a bit of a bump there. So, yeah, I do think it's a foul. But you can't be shouting at the referee like that, because that's just going to be a yellow card in whichever way you spin it. And now, the very thing we discussed a few minutes ago, don't get any silly yellows and potentially reds in a cup match. He's on a yellow. Yes, he's right. It probably should have been a free kick, but you get some, you don't get some. Just get up and get on with it. Have a word, perhaps, have an appeal, but then leave it at that.
Yellow cards presented by Continental Cards. Continental Cards, elevate your collection. Faroux dangerously gets that ball through the middle. Sacramento pressing the issue. Ordonez holds it up and lays it back. McCabe swings it across. Velo, as his defender falls down, gathers. Velo threads a needle. It's a good ball. Tingy gets there first, knocks it off of a sliding defender and into the paws of Mazzola. Just beyond the 10-minute mark in this USL Jägermeister Cup quarterfinal contest between two group winners. Neil Collins, 5th all-time in USL Championship history in wins, 102 during the regular season. Trying to guide this group back deep into a tournament. If you remember, Sacramento won the USL their first season in 2014. Since then, they have been eliminated in the opening round of the postseason 5 times. It was at one point a foregone conclusion that this team would advance, and they're trying to right the ship to get back deep into the postseason and into these cup formats as well. Cicerone again on the charge, flies it across. Gurr, a late run, gets a piece of it. Lopez, he goes down in a tussle with McCabe. Awua sprints away from the pack. Gurr is back to hustle. Really good hustle there from Jack Gurr.
Jack Gurr really felt that it was his ball. Was a good hustle. Referee again deciding in Loudoun's favor. Good play down the left-hand side. Russell Cicerone, fantastic run. Gets a decent cross in, which tempts Jack Gurr to come and try and head it. Nice positive play. If you get service into the box, then there's possibilities there, and it didn't happen this time for Sac Republic, but if they keep doing that, there's every chance they will get on the score sheet.
Seen only 3 shots so far in this game. It has that intensity that you would hope for from a cup match. Tingy the target, it's out of his reach and out for a throw. There's Michel Benitez. He scored twice in the Jaeger Cup group stage. Hasn't scored in the regular season. Lehrman backpedals. Sets up Dambrot. Abukura. He's some of the youngsters on this team. And when you look at the rosters, as this ball's given away, Sacramento, so much experience having been in matches like these, be it in the Open Cup, be it in the postseason. Loudoun on the other side, they have a lot of young players that have never been in these types of games.
I think that's a very good comment and observation. Although that's probably why Ryan Martin has brought Pedro Santos in. 37 years of age, brings so much experience. Robbie Damrock, 30 years of age as well. These are the players that they will need. Velo's 32. But up front, Abakura 20, Donya's 22. They are youngsters. And if you look at it, Sac Republic probably with a more experienced lineup here tonight.
Timmer tosses, ball is headed out. He goes right back towards Timmer. Chips off of Awua, out for a corner kick. And Sacramento get their first of the night.
Just sticking with that age theme, the front three for Sac Republic. Roro Lopez, 37. Herrera and Cicerone, 30 each. Michel Benitez, 29. And you go into the back three, Timmer, Freddie Kleeman, Lee Desmond, all late 20s or 30s. So, yeah, it's a team that's been chosen, I think, very specifically. Akebu dropped to the bench is because they won an experienced side away at Loudoun. It's a tough match.
Benitez gets the corner kick. Benitez boomerangs into the middle. Faroux fires out. Awua gets the first piece, chucks it up the field, and a full sprint on now. Santos was looking for Abukura, doesn't get enough on that when it looked like a promising counter. Awua keeps it in play, gives it to Velo, and is going through the longest drought of the season without a goal, 5 straight. Over his head here, headed right back through the middle though. Skundrich takes. Skundrich loops over the top. It's one touch, a knockdown. Ordonez nearly had a piece, and Santos gets taken down as it rolls out for a throw.
Don't think there was enough for a penalty there, but Santos certainly asked the question, got into the box. Lovely little ball over the top from Skundrich. He gets it. There's a little bit of a collision in his back from Jared Timmer. And I think if there was VAR, they'd have a closer look. But when you're a referee, you've got to be absolutely sure. And I just don't think there was quite enough visually. But definitely worth the question from Pedro Santos.
It's a cup match for the officials as well. It is a tight margin. You don't want to blow the whistle for a questionable play. You want to be decisive in these matches and let the players decide this one. Ordonez jockeys for position, and it trickles out for a goal kick.
Will beings from another world come to Earth?
How long's a galactic year? 250 million years.
Or could aliens live among us already? The Big Bang Theory.
Weeknights at 6 on DCW 50.
Scoreless in every match so far. Not just here, Rhode Island, Birmingham, and Indy and Greenville also scoreless. Greenville, the only USL League One team to advance to the knockout stage. They won Group 6. The runners-up in that group was Neil Collins' former side, Tampa Bay Rowdies. This is just the start of the evening here in the Jägermeister Cup. 4 matches on deck today. And of course, tomorrow we'll have the draw for you at 9:30 a.m. Eastern on the CBS Sports Golazo Network with Morning Footy. Pedaling McCabe. Shoots it long. Abukura chases. Abukura gets a piece. Does not have the pace, though, as it's just out of his reach as he beat Timmer.
Jared Timmer very lucky there, was waiting for the ball to bounce, and Abukura beats him to it. Just knocks it ahead, and it's been an amazing start to the season for Abukura. Was leading the Golden Boot at one stage. Still in second position, even if he hasn't scored for the last 6 or 7 games. But he has that pace, he has that ability. And as mentioned, he, along with Ordonez, 2 players that Sac Republic defenders will have to keep an extremely close eye on.
Sacramento make their push. Desmond. Lopez. Timmer taps. Gurr keeps it in. Gurr Flies it inside of the box. Herrera holds, gives it right back. Gurr loops it around. Just off of the head there of Tingy, but only as far as Benitez. Benitez back through the middle. Cicerone touches it back. And a blast off of the body of Velo. Sacramento retreat here. They keep Mazzola all the way out with Velo pressing. Mazzola whips it forward. It gets knocked out. Dambrot nearly took it away. Willie.
Done well here, Sac Republic. They've been under a lot of high pressing there from Loudoun. They managed to play it through. And now Loudoun having to run back after all that sprinting. There's a couple of tired bodies there for a minute or two.
Willie dodges. Willie glides it across. Benitez hunts. Keeps it in along the touchline. Cicerone. Cicerone lays it behind. McCabe, though, punches it out of there, and now a chance to go in the other direction for Loudoun. No real numbers forward. Velo takes over in the middle of the park. Unable to thread the needle past Willie that time, and it's given right back. 20 minutes in the books in this USL Jägermeister Cup quarterfinal. First season for USL Championship teams to be in the Jägermeister Cup. Second year overall. Loudoun have never beaten Sacramento in 3 prior meetings. Michael Watrank, Gary Bailey, and the rest of our team with you here. Great to have you on board with us to watch this action of the 4 matches tonight.
They've never beaten Sac Republic in 3 meetings. This is probably their best chance because it's the best season they've had, sitting 3rd in the East. They've made the Jaeger Cup quarterfinals. They've been really, really good. They've just taken on board Ordonez and also Amari Glasgow's on the bench, 2 new signings. They've just boosted the team. They've got Zach Ryan available. They've got some depth now, Loudoun. So if ever they were going to beat what is always a tough Sac Republic side, tonight just could be the night.
Loudoun have never led either in any of the prior matches, as Sacramento have scored at least 3 in each of the 3. A tug, a foul, and a free kick. Benitez called for the infraction, and a free kick coming here for Loudoun.
Florian Velo, such a clever player on the ball. Just gets in front of Benitez, and Benitez brings him down, but there's too much doubt about that being a free kick.
Be sure to tune in tomorrow morning at 9:30 a.m. Eastern for the Jägermeister Cup semifinal draw, live on CBS Sports Golazo Network. Watch the draw and hear the expert analysis on all things Jägermeister Cup starting at 9:30 a.m. on Golazo. Well, we have been stuck at 2 shots apiece for quite a while in this match. Abukura. McCabe allows the defender to fly by and then slingshots it across the park. Abukura was the target. Kleeman steps in front. Willie takes over. Cicerone chases. Nobody in front of him. His side. A lot of attention to Jack Gurr here tonight. Timmer joins the fray. Consistent overlappers on this side. Leaves Ross open. Timmer fires it across. It splashes down inside of the box, and Tingy twirls away from the pressure of Benitez.
I mentioned Jack Gurr, 2nd most crosses in the USL this year. I think he's a fabulous right wing back, and already this match he's put in a couple of crosses from that right-hand side for Sac Republic. And if I was a Sac Republic player, I'd be looking to get the ball out to him whenever possible. And we'll see a lot more from him in the course of this match.
Martin said that he would be a focal point defensively to try to slow things down for Sacramento. Sacramento team that during the regular season, 29 goals, tied for 7th. Both of these 2 teams in the top 10 in goal scoring. And here's Gurr again. Gains some space against Gundrich, but then chips it off of his shoe. Cicerone knocks it through the middle. And it's well handled defensively with no real pressure from the visitors. Santos came from an offside position to come get that ball. Both of these teams have been very good at the beginning of matches this year. And we'll talk about it in the second half, but the last 10-15 minutes have been a world of horrors for both sides. Trying to find that level of consistency at this point in the season is critical. And in a cup match as well, you don't want to overexpose yourself too early trying to get that goal. Feel out the other side. They do not play this regular season in the USL calendar. Through 25 minutes. Scoreless, 2 shots aside. The only shot on target so far was Ordonez in the 6th minute for Loudoun, and Mazzola stymied that chance.
If you're looking at late goals, this last match against Oakland Roots was a real downer for Sac Republic. 3-2 up at home, looking really good. Cicerone put in a wonderful 25-yard shot, bending into the far side of the net, and then Jürgen Damm got a header directly from a corner. 87th minute. A match in which they only had 37% possession as well. And when we chatted to Neil Collins, he said, yeah, probably wasn't our best match. But other games with much better statistics, and conceding late, as you said, has been a real issue for both Sac Republic and Loudoun United.
Cicerone to Lopez. Cicerone back on it. Flies it high to the sky. Herrera knocks it down. Faroux was patient, but does end up picking it up.
And that is such a good header back from Sebastian Herrera. Just puts it in the danger area. Needed someone to read him. Cicerone reads him, puts it the back. He's going to head it back. Is anyone making a run into the box? Nobody. And comfortable enough for Hugo Faroux to pick up. But you could see the idea was there. And I think Roro Lopez, one of those who was trying to get into the box on time, but not able to pick up on that. Really good header back from Sebastian Herrera.
And to the point you were making about Sacramento, Neil Collins discussed it's a learning moment for his team on how they handle those situations. They led 2-1 and 3-2 in that game, but they didn't manage the game well. And that's the next phase for both groups overall, and certainly what Collins was saying is how they manage the conclusion of games to come away with 3 points instead of putting themselves behind the barrel at the end and sacrificing those points, because Neil Collins said if we take care of business the way that we should, we could easily be atop the table in the West.
One of the thoughts he had was, and it is an obvious one, more possession. He says we've got to be on the ball, control the game, keep possession instead of chasing it around. And he said that's what I need my team to do when it's near the end of a game and they are leading. I think that's true for every team. You've got to be able to close out games by just shutting down the opposition. Something they weren't able to do, Sac Republic, against Oakland Roots.
Two similar styles playing in this match. Evenly contested sides so far. Ordonez chucks it back. Abukura back for Ordonez. Across the yard it goes. Awua brings it in. Awua flies it high, and it ends up out of play back behind.
I think he knew it totally misconnects, and he's normally a lot better than that. Kwame Awuha, 29-year-old Canadian. He's a good supplier of ball from the left-hand side on most occasions.
Awuha has it here, a former first-round pick in the MLS Super Draft. Tingy, Velo, just over the boot there of Santos. He charges after it. Willie tries to duck Tingy, cannot do so. Velo punches it across. Ordonez tries to find space. Ordonez launches, it ricochets off of bodies and goes out for a corner kick here for Loudoun, their first of the match. This is an IBEW Local 26 corner kick. IBEW Local 26, empower your future.
I'm sure Neil Collins would have said to them before this match, remember Oakland roots, remember that equalizing corner in the 87th minute. Make sure when Loudoun get the corners, you're picked up nice and tight. And let's see what sort of job the Sac Republic defense are going to do here.
Florian Velo readies for this one. Velo powers it across. Skundrich gets a piece. Bodies go down. Velo's second ball over the top. Backpedaling Learman. McCabe swings the leg, and it goes underneath the legs of a teammate and back into the palms of Mazzola.
Loudoun doing well to keep that alive. They're just getting that ball back in the box and heading it back from Learman. Shot from McCabe. Nothing came of it, but it was well circulated there by the home side.
You can watch the USL Championship in Spanish on 2DN, the nation's leading Spanish language sports network. Select matches will be available in Spanish throughout the rest of the season. Go to USLChampionship.com for the complete USL TV listings. We've played a half hour. Neither side has scored. Loudoun lead 4-2 in shots. And it is scoreless in all three matches in the USL Jägermeister Cup quarterfinal so far. Sacramento going coast to coast for their tussle here against Loudoun. Benitez ships it across, knocked out. Lopez brings it in. McCabe punches at it. Willie takes a shot off of a defender. Up the field it goes. A body bump. Ordonez maintains his balance. 3v2 if he hustles. Leaves it for Abukura. Abukura debates against the defender. Shoots it off of the backside of Kleeman. And then Kleeman pokes at it. Abukura commits the foul. Very fine defensive work there from the USL's leader in aerial duels 1, Freddie Kleeman, who uses his feet this time.
It is good defending because up against Abukura is not easy. He can go left and right. Just showed you the acceleration as well of Kimi Ordonez. I think that combination, Abukura and Ordonez, is going to be a real threat for the rest of the season. But well done, Freddie Kleeman there. Besides all the headers, he's got the 5th most clearances in the USL. So clearly a vital defender for Sac Republic.
This is a very stingy Sac Republic side. They've given up the fewest goals during the regular season. Gave up the fewest goals in the group stage of the Jägermeister Cup. Very few teams find success in the attack against this team. Abukura watches it bounce. Kleeman is there again with the header. And McCabe gives it away as he was leaning back. Gurr wants to take it fast. Gurr. Good hold up here from Herrera. Gurr, this is where he can excel. Fires it across with the left foot, skims off of Dambrod's head and goes out for a second corner for Sac Republic.
As you said it, that's where they excel. With that man down that right-hand side, Jack Gurr puts in a decent ball then. Robbie Damros just flicked it on. Could have ended up with someone at the far post still getting on the end of that ball, but that's all they could do there. Loudoun would just flick it on, hope it went out for a corner, which it has. And now their chance to defend at a set piece.
Roro Lopez heads over to take it, wearing the captain's armband. He's scored goals in back-to-back matches, 3 in the last 7. After he was scoreless in the first 10 to begin the season. But one of the Sacramento legends and the USL Championship legends readies with this one. Lopez whistles it in. Doesn't make it past the first man. Lopez gets the second ball. Loops a second chance back. Dambrot goes right back to where it started. With the flag up here for offside, nullifying that chance. Select is proud to be the USL's official match ball supplier from the academy to the big leagues. Select is there every step of the way. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select products, specials, and more. Select, the player's choice.
It took me a while to get this free kick sorted, but off they go. Got to say for Sac Republic, got to bear in mind that this match is played on a turf pitch as opposed to grass. They've had to travel from across the country. There's a time difference. There's all the implications of flying, etc. So there's a lot of extra pressure, but what I like about Neil Collins is he says no excuses. It's a game of football, get out and play. I think on a previous occasion he said we were saying to the players, just do your job. He said, if you want a tough job, go out and dig in the roads, or that's a tough job. He said, all you got to do is sit in the plane and go play a game of soccer. I don't want to hear complaints. I love it.
It's a really tough stretch if you're Sacramento. 6 of the next 7 are on the road. After they played at home against Oakland on Saturday, they'll have 4 consecutive on the road, 2 on this side of the country, as Abukura is going to pick up a yellow card for his foul.
Again, to the same point, it's early in a match, 1/3 of the way through to be picking up yellow cards. Yes, get in there and do your defending. I think it was a little continuation. I don't think there was much contact, but you know, if you're coming in to block the ball and you don't, then be careful you don't make any contact with the defender. Because again, it's in the far, it's not in your half of the pitch. If you're getting yellow cards just outside your box for blocking a good move, fair enough. But Ryan Martin won't be happy with that because it's no threat, so there's no need to pick up a yellow. You know, block, do your defensive duty, of course, but just be careful with lunges and what have you. So, 2 players on a yellow, Cicerone, Abukura, both of which now have to change their mindset for every future tackle they make.
And into the final 10 minutes of this first half. Sacramento has scored 3 times in the final 10 minutes of the opening half during this Jägermeister Cup. McCabe and Lopez go after it. Now here's Abukura. Awua. Not in here, Desmond. Be a drop ball back in play. Gurr. Of Loudoun leads to a giveaway for a moment, but Willie recovers in the middle of the field. Lopez stays behind. Gurr opens up out wide. Gurr lashes it across. Well-timed header to get it out. Below is back to rescue and fly it over to Santos. Below wants it in the middle of the field as Ordonez makes the turn along the sideline. Keeps it in play. Ordonez goes 1v1 here. Gets to the left foot. Ordonez blasts off of a body. Skundritz leaves. Tingy shoots off of a man. Mazzola dives, and that's a terrific effort. Instead of a corner, he picks it up.
It is goalkeeping at its best there, making sure you don't give away unnecessarily. But Ordonez, look at the ability to get that shot on target. He weaves and gets around his defender really well. He's such an exciting prospect. And as you mentioned, Mazzola, nice and quick to respond, makes the extra effort to save that from going for a corner.
Here's Cicerone. He scored against Loudoun 6 times in his career. A late arriving run from Timmer. Instead, it's a long shot that sizzles high and out for a goal kick. Soccer season is here, and SeatGeek is the official ticketing partner of the USL. Get all your USL tickets and more from the #1 ticketing site, SeatGeek, your ticket to great seats. What do you think of this first half so far?
Very tight, isn't it? Like a little bit like a chess match, and a bit of probing here and there, looking for an advantage. I think Ordonez's chance early on in the game is probably still the best chance out of either side. It's the only really big chance. Other than that, it's 2 very good teams nullifying each other. The thing is, in a cup match, and you hear it so often from coaches, you know, don't fall behind because you don't want to be chasing the game. I think both teams have got the same mindset. Don't concede. Don't give the opposition a chance to get ahead of you. But at some point in the match will have to open up. Otherwise, it'll go straight to penalties. So I think the second half will be a lot more open. But right now, You just don't want to fall behind in a cup match, because as you chase the game, you can go further and further behind. So the mentality for both sides is just keep it tight at the back.
Speaking of tight at the back, Peru nearly gave it away there.
Was a bit too tight there.
Not unfortunate to get out of their own end. They have 7 of the 11 shots, and both shots on target so far in this game. Closing in on the end of the first half. Will it be scoreless going into the locker room, or will one of these two sides break through before the break? Abukura. Learman goes high and over the top. Awuwa chases. He gets a piece. Mazzola commits to it and knocks the ball away cleanly in the eyes of our official.
Well, I don't know if it is a clean tackle. I thought Awuwa's got there first, and Mazzola's then taken him down. That seems to be the general feeling of the Loudoun players and their bench. There's Ryan Martin saying, what is going on? I do think the Loudoun player got there first, and again, if there was VAR, they could have a look, but they can't. You can only see what you can see, and if we can't see it clearly, and we're not 100% sure, how can the referee be? But have a look here. Does Awuwa get a touch? He does, and he gets hit. That is a red card, a free kick on the edge of the box, and a red card if the referee had the view that we have. Or does the keeper just get a foot on that? Now there's something else. Yes, he gets there first, Awuwa, but Mazzola's foot maybe deflects the ball, and if he does, would that be considered as a save? Well, it's all a moot point. Referee's not going to change his mind. That's very risky. Have a look. So he gets there first, Awuwa. Now watch the left foot of Mazzola, or the right foot rather. Does it make contact?
That's a great question. And you can see Santos, who's 37, he's been around the block more than his fair share, is speaking with Mazzola. And Ryan Martin noticeably upset.
Just wondering what Pedro Santos is asking him, saying, please, can you admit that it's a red card? So he gets it first, yes. Yeah, it comes off his leg, Jared Mazzola, it does. So is he in control of that? I think you'd have to put it down as a save. If it comes off the goalkeeper in any part of his body, it's officially a save. Could it be a red card for just going into the player? That's also a question mark. I don't think so. I think a yellow at worst there. Oh, some excitement in this match. It's been like a chess match until now. It's been so tight.
That just goes to show, though, a little bit about how talented this Loudoun attack can be. That is Awuwa, who plays as that left wing back, was in the middle of the field breaking down the stingiest defensive team in Sacramento. Sounds like Hugo Farou gets booked after the fact, letting his thoughts known.
Well, it's 2 out of the 3 yellow cards after talking back at the referee, Cicerone and Farou, neither of which is necessary. And if either picks up another yellow and gets sent off, you'd have to say, well, that's on them. Yes, have an opinion, put it across the referee respectfully, and then that's it. Nothing more you can do. It's time to move on with the game.
Well, this intensity has been what you would expect from a Jägermeister Cup match. Here in this quarterfinal contest between Loudoun and Sacramento.
What are we doing here?
I think it's taken the match up a couple of notches, which is what we would like, and I think the crowd as well. Both benches, well, certainly the Loudoun bench will be all hyped and infuriated, so I expect more to come in this match.
Skundrich pushes this forward, chasing Santos. It's out of his reach.
Beat Bob. Beat Abishola. Life isn't always easy when cultures collide.
Hey, Auntie.
But they can always count that Abishola loves Bob, and Bob hearts Abishola.
Weekdays at 7 on DCW 50.
45th minute, scoreless so far between Loudoun and Sacramento, and it's scoreless everywhere else as well. Rhode Island, Birmingham, and Indy 11 and Greenville also 0-0, closing in on the end of the first half. Abukura cannot dance. Velo just gets a piece. Abukura cannot get to the second ball. Instead, it's Herrera. Excellent pass. No look to Gurr. Gurr gets the edge, tosses it through. Late arriving run from Benitez. Sails high.
That is such a good chance for Michel Benitez. Put on a plate for him by Jack Gurr. It's coming across. It bounces a couple of times. He's got to get over that ball. Keep it down. Make the goalkeeper work. You can see it coming. You've got time to get your sights right. Maybe the keeper makes a save, but at least get it on target.
There will be a minimum of 3 minutes of stoppage time added to the half. Brought to you by Novak. Novak's energy saving tips are a real game changer. There's going to be a game changer in stoppage time in this first half. Pressure. Skundrich doesn't get enough on that. Benitez takes over. Cicerone crushes. Oh, that's a great block. Really well timed there. I think it was Skundrich that got his body in front of Cicerone's shot. Lopez holds. Timmer. Cicerone back for Gurr. Two defenders over. Timmer throttles across, headed down. Cicerone would have been a great target, but not enough on that from Lopez. Be sure to stick with us at halftime. We'll have a look around the rest of the Jägermeister Cup. Some exciting updates on stadiums in the USL Championship, including that in Sacramento. Zola for the head of Herrera. Cicerone bobbles, leaves it for Lopez. Lopez charges past the first. Awuah steps up. Abukura, Velo, Ordonez. Not enough. Kleeman had it. Final minute of this first half. Awuah stretches the park to the right. The runners here. Tingy is forward. Across it goes. Abukura is there. Touches it down. Bobbles. And maybe should have taken that volley instead of trying to control.
Or even control it better. It sort of bounced away from his body, that first touch.
Herrera unable to race past Dambrot. Leaves it through the middle. Willie dodges the first. Willie lays it over. Cicerone dials it up. Leaves it for Willie. The teenager shoots, and it's another block from that back line.
It's a good attempt by Blake Willie. Such a clever player, youngster. Got to give Neil Collins credit there. He's got a very mature team, but he does have one teenager in Blake Willie, who had the assist for Christian Pirano in the last match against Oakland Roots. And what a fantastic little through ball he slipped him. This looks like a really intelligent young teenager, Blake Willie.
And there's your first half whistle. And the intensity has lived up to the billing, and we're scoreless through 45 minutes of play in the Jägermeister Cup quarterfinal, and it's been an enjoyable one despite no goals.
It's been very, very tight. I thought Loudoun have had the slightly better of it. There's certainly the early chance from Ordonez. Nearly had a penalty, but I do think Jared Mazzolo got something on that ball, so maybe not as much as Loudoun might say otherwise, but I think we're all set up for a really exciting and maybe a chippy second half.
0-0 through 45. A spot in the semifinals on the line in this one. Loudoun 0, Sacramento 0. Our halftime report comes your way when we return.
Will beings from another world come to Earth?
Turn left at Alpha Centauri. You can't miss it.
Watch for signs of hyperintelligence.
How long is a galactic year? 250 million years.
A love for rocketry.
I remember them going up higher.
And the capability to destroy humanity. Or could aliens live among us already? You decide on the Big Bang Theory.
Weeknights at 6 on DCW 50.
This is business today. Fast, unpredictable, always changing. Shifting trends and technologies are pushing aside old rules. The unexpected is the new normal. At Segra, we'll help you navigate a complex future with state-of-the-art voice, internet, and data protection solutions. We know you have dreams, and we see your potential. Segra, freedom to grow.
DC News Now is on Roku. Early morning, ready, set, Roku. Afternoon, Roke Us. Evening, overnight, whenever you want, Roke it on Roku. Need your weather? We've got that. Want to see what the community's up to? We've got that too. Looking for ways to stretch your dollar? Roke your savings. Newscasts, features, weather, sports, living local DMV, and custom content just for you on Roku. Search DC News Now today and let's Roku and roll.
You have the power to save. Take charge of your energy bill with these tips from Novec. Adjust your ceiling fans to rotate counterclockwise for warmer weather. Novec also recommends installing a programmable thermostat to avoid cooling your home when you're away. Set your water heater to 120 degrees. Novec is helping members save energy, which means saving money. Harness your savings power. Find more tips and tools at novec.com/save.
Halftime is brought to you by Van Meter, and scoreless at halftime, and we just witnessed Blake Willie, an Academy product for Sacramento, nearly find a breakthrough in stoppage time, and the pathway in the USL is alive and well.
No one said it would be easy, but the USL Academy to professional pathway is blazing a successful trail. More than 10 players on USL rosters are Academy products with professional contracts. A big deal and a big decision. Why? The pathway includes options. For many prospects, that's college soccer. Finn Sundstrom plays for North Carolina FC on an Academy contract. He now has valuable pro experience, but remains an amateur player. A different path is played out in Phoenix. 17-year-old Jamison Ping, the Phoenix Rising Academy member since age 12, was signed to a professional contract. This is now his career. Andy Chapman from Phoenix Rising FC joins us now. And Andy, Jamison Ping is very special to you because you've seen his process really from beginning to its current state. So what is it like to see something come to fruition through the academy process?
Yeah, no, it's obviously been exciting for seeing someone be given the opportunity, someone that's been on the fields with them for the last 5 years. I've gone through the whole process.
This entire landscape, big picture, coaches that are in your shoes on other clubs, all of you guys kind of in the same boat making this work?
Yeah, Liz, I think USL got a unique opportunity, and I think everyone's kind of using it to their advantage here. We should really push your players from a youth standpoint into that pro environment, and it's definitely a step up, and it's not for everybody. It's an endless opportunity for us to continue to grow.
USL clubs use their academies. Nearly 100 players have achieved academy contracts, opening doors for youth players to achieve their dreams of turning professional.
Prinks Tires in the USL help soccer journeys everywhere to drive harder. From city playgrounds to suburban sidelines. From early mornings to late nights. From fun with friends to winner takes all. From the biggest fan to the biggest heart. And at every turn, Prinks Tires will be there for the long haul.
We're here to support the crest, the club, and the community.
We don't stop chanting, we don't stop drumming,
Yelling and screaming and chanting.
We're following wherever, pretty much. That's just the love that we have for our team.
We want to be the loudest people, and we want you to hear where we are at.
People in this town love this team, pack these stands out for every single game.
We all have goals. But let's be honest. Most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
3 ice cold Jägermeister shots, please. Those look warm.
Serve it cold or don't serve it at all. Jägermeister. Damn, that's cold.
DC News Now, bigger and only getting better.
Join us as we welcome Susan Tran to the DC News Now team.
Decades of journalism experience, a steadfast commitment to community, and an energy we can't wait for.
Susan Tran joins DC News Now. Super serving the DMV with Susan Tran at the anchor desk.
Good evening, and thank you so much for joining us on DC News Now.
Halftime brought to you by Van Meter. Sees the score level through 45. Loudoun 0, Sacramento 0. And exciting news coming from Sacramento. $175 million for the new stadium that broke ground at the rail yards. It should open in 2027. Current capacity is 12,000, the expected there. And already one of the most beautiful pitches in the entire country. Pittsburgh announces intentions to expand Highmark Stadium to 15,000 in the coming years. You see the rendering there on the left. And San Antonio gets the club's all-time leading goal scorer back, Santiago Patino, bringing him back for a third time for the push for the end of the season in the USL. And it's a busy time for those news and notes, but also a busy time as well in the USL Jägermeister Cup as you take a look at the live scores from the night so far, and everything is a stalemate. Rhode Island, Birmingham, scoreless. Indy and the upstart Greenville are scoreless. And we're about 30 minutes away from kick in San Antonio. The Group 2 winners will play host to one of the two runners-up to get out of the group, Hartford Athletic. The Group 4 second-place team will play on ESPN Plus at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. That's 5:30 p.m. Pacific Time. The knockout round schedule looks like this. Of course, tomorrow, CBS Sports Golazo at 9:30 a.m. We'll have the semifinal draw. The semifinal will take place September 10th, and it all wraps up with the final on October 4th. Mark your calendars for that one. Which one of these two teams will make it to the semifinal? We'll have to answer that question when we come back. It is Loudoun and Sacramento, scoreless through 45 here in Virginia.
DC News Now, the only station focusing on the entire DMV. Reporters in 5 locations throughout the region. A look at weather with a regional approach, so you always know what's ahead. And an unmatched commitment to local news. More community, more breaking news, and more weather coverage for everyone in the DMV. Join Chris Flanagan, Susan Tran, and Janessa Webb. Watch DC News Now tonight at 10 on DCW 50.
Come see what's trending on Karamo. We have deleted 1,938 texts in the last 30 days.
Unlock that phone for me. What's in there that you cannot see?
See what's taking over everybody's feed.
You did try to gaslight her. You did try to mislead her. You did try to manipulate her.
I don't even worry about that at all.
This is a lot of chaos from the beginning. A lot. All season on Karamo.
Weekdays at 3 on DCW 50.
At Luray Caverns, there's only one thing more timeless than the formations.
Grandma, check this out.
The memories. What will you discover? From down below to way up high, there's fun in every layer of Luray Caverns. What will you discover?
3 ice-cold Jägermeister shots, please. Those look warm.
Serve it cold or don't serve it at all. Jägermeister. Damn, that's cold.
Jägermeister is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the USL Jägermeister Cup. Take a shot at glory and celebrate the magic of this exciting tournament all year long. Please drink responsibly. Halftime here in Leesburg, Virginia, and it's scoreless so far. Michael and Gary back with you as we look back at the highlights. And who knew in the opening moments of this game the best chance would come here from Ordonez.
Yeah, Kimi Ordonez so quick to recover. Good save there from Jared Mazzola. Has his right arm sticking out to make himself as big as possible. That gets blocked, but how quick is Ordonez to pounce on this goalkeeper with a really good save.
And then in the 26th minute, it would be Sacramento. Here's Russell Cicerone leaving it back. Lopez Cicerone brings it down, chips it high. Herrera gets ahead to it, and Peru is there. Not a lot of activity in the attack so far for Sacramento.
Yeah, we're just hoping for someone to make a run in the box so he could head that down and there'd be someone to pick it up, but nobody's supporting Sebastian Herrera.
And then at the half-hour mark, a corner kick in, knocked away. Velo back on the second ball, headed back through the middle and cleared out. These have really been the majority of the chances, kind of half chances from both sides, this from McCabe.
McCabe does well to get that one on target. They just keep recycling it here, heading it back, moving it around, getting on the end of it. McCabe with a volley. And really the biggest talking point of all.
Abukura to step up, a man that scored twice in this tournament, but has not scored in any of his last 5 competitions overall. The team leader in overall goals this season, second on the Golden Boot race. He has not scored since June 28th.
When you go through spells like that as a striker, as I say, still second in the Golden Boot, not bad. But if he's going to come back into goal-scoring form, today would be a great day to do it if you're a Loudoun United fan. And certainly now that he's got Kimi Ordonez up front, the pair of them together are a frightening prospect for defenders.
We're scoreless here. We're scoreless in the quarterfinals of the Jägermeister Cup. 3 matches at halftime, 3 matches without goals. The second half of this one just about ready to start as Loudoun holds Sacramento scoreless in the first half for the first time in 4 meetings between these two clubs. And the second half is ready to roll here. It's Loudoun in the red kits, Sacramento in the rose gold kits. And the second half kickstarts here in the quarterfinal of the USL Jägermeister Cup. Scoreless between Loudoun and Sacramento. Michael Watring, the former Manchester United goalkeeper Gary Bailey, and our team with you. And an early push here below. Doesn't have the wheels that he once had. Rolls it over looking for Santos. And defensively, Sacramento recovered.
Jared Timmer doing well there to come across and just toe poke that one away from trouble. But I do expect the intensity to go up a notch in the second half, as we've seen from the other quarterfinals, everyone being very cagey, typical cup match, don't want to go behind. But at some point, you've got to start putting pressure on and maybe not taking risks, but at least getting into the opponent's box a little bit more often. Something both teams have struggled to do first half. 11 times for Loudoun, 12 for Sac Republic getting into the opponent's box.
And both teams have goal scorers available off the bench tonight. Christian Pirano has 5 during the regular season. He's on Sacramento's bench, and Loudoun have both Zach Ryan and Riley Bedois, who have each scored 4 times during the regular season, available for fresh wheels to close out this game.
Actually, a couple of other fresh wheels as well, haven't they? Corey Bennett's on the bench, the new signing for Sac Republic. Lewis Jamison, who scored on his opening game back in March, and I don't think he's scored since. And Amari Glasgow for the host, and he's got pace. So yeah, there are going to be a lot of subs in the second half, that we can be assured of.
Here's Cicerone. Cicerone touches it in, tries to get it back from Herrera, unable to do so. Ball slams against the body of Velo. Wasn't anticipating that at all. He's down at midfield. Benitez, Willie, wide open out top is Ross. Good defensive work here. Back through the middle of the field. Velo still has yet to get up. Lopez lines it up to that right side, and the ever dangerous Jack Gurr. Now Velo finally back up, hobbling, and immediately squats back down. And the whistle blows, and after a while, Loudoun was waiting for that whistle, and now Velo does get the whistle. And he was maybe a foot away when this ball blasted him.
Now, this has knocked all the air out of his body here, and he's struggling to breathe. But the referee's under no rule to blow the whistle. It's not a head injury. I think he was keeping an eye on him to see, was he going to recover? He sort of began to get up, and he thought, okay, we'll play on, and then went down again. I think when he went down again, the referee thought, okay, this might be more than just a case of lost wind. Let's stop the game. So no blame to the referee there. Abdu Ndai. Never pleasant when you get that ball in your stomach and you can't breathe. There's a good 10 seconds where you just can't get air into your body. Slowly it works its way back. That's when I laugh. I don't laugh out of being fun. I laugh out of memories of it happening.
All the times that you didn't brace yourself going for those balls that you get the wind knocked out of you.
As a goalkeeper, your hands are wide. You've got nothing to cover your body. If that hits you in the stomach or other painful areas, you've just got to take it and lie on the ground and wait until you recover.
Pokes around, ultimately hits a hand, and it goes for a throw here. Neil Collins said that they've been steadily improving all season long, and ultimately it's the end of games that are going to be the difference for this team and the maximum that they can reach at the end of the year. Said that the group has responded well time and time again, coming off of that draw against Oakland where they had 2 different leads. He wanted to know how his team will battle in a match like this with a trophy on the line at the end of this quarterfinal.
Just looking at the first half, maybe they need to do a little bit more in attack. I felt Loudoun had the better of it, and expected goals backs it up. 0.73 for Loudoun, just 0.3 for Sac Republic. Fuka Faru. He does tempt the strikers.
This ball rolls right to Velo. Velo pedals it past. Mazzola doesn't get a hand on it. It trickles wide and goes out for a corner kick.
And it turns out to be a great ball from the goalkeeper. Absolutely stunning. And I'm just looking at Florian Velo and thinking, is there a better effort? It gets blocked, to be fair. It gets blocked by Jared Timmer on the way through, but still a good chance there for Velo.
IBEW Local 26 corner kick. IBEW Local 26. Empower your future. Abukura takes the corner, comes back out. McCabe lofts across, and Mazzola is there to catch. Well, we mentioned at the beginning, Danny Vitiello, who's one of the best in the USL Championship, the goalkeeper of the year 2 years ago. He starts the night on the bench, so it's Jared Mazzola who started and has shown well during the Jaeger Cup. How do you grade his performance? Let's subtract that one moment that could or could not have been a red card.
I think he's done well. His early save against Kimi Ordonez was a really, really good save. He does get something on Awuah, on the ball that Awuah plays, so maybe not a penalty, but if he didn't, then it certainly would have been a penalty. So I'm going to give that down as a save for the goalkeeper. So, yep, so far been good. And it just points to the fact that Loudoun have been more creative in front of goals than Sac Republic have so far in this game. They're capable of a lot more. Their XG against Monterey Bay 2 games ago, 1.92 against San Antonio, 1.32, although against Oakland last game, just 0.77. So they're capable of good days and maybe not so good.
Gurr flies this across. Cicerone circles, gets a hold of it before Awuah gets there. Lofts across. Herrera nods it down. Farouk paddles it away. Terrific save from Hugo Farouk to keep it scoreless.
That's a really good save because he had to read the bounce off the turf as well. Good header from Sebastian Herrera. It bounces, he's got to read the bounce and flick it away from danger. So all in all, top-class save from Hugo Farouk.
Desmond charges past the first 2 men. Desmond finds himself in the 18 and ricochets it off of Tingy and then back off of him for a goal kick.
Well, have a look at the header as it comes in. Good work by Russell Cicerone. He looks up, sees where he is, just chips it up. Now watch him head it down into the ground. That's what you've got to read as the keeper. And coming off the turf is a different bounce to grass. There's the bounce, reads it perfectly and just gets enough in it to get it away from the danger area.
Biggest save of the night for the veteran Loudoun goalkeeper. To keep this match scoreless for the time being. And we anticipate more chances like that for both sides as we go through the second half. A reminder, if it is tied after the full 90, it's straight to penalty kicks. No extra time in the Jägermeister Cup. Willie. Desmond. And begin their pressure. This is what's helped them push to the number 3 spot in the East. Looking up though at Charleston and Lou City. And they'll play Charleston this weekend.
Just looking at Hugo Farouk and that save he made a moment or 2 ago. He happens to have made the 3rd most saves in the league. So even though they're sitting 3rd in the table, Loudoun, they have defensively allowed a number of efforts on their goals, and generally Hugo Farouk's been equal to them. Danny Vitiello normally in the other goal, another fantastic keeper on the bench today. So both teams are good keepers, and that's why they're in the top, just got a couple of places in their respective divisions.
Excellent defending there to get the ball away from Benitez. And a tug of the jersey from Desmond, and it's Ordonez that is called for the foul, despite the fact that he showcases that his jersey is halfway off of his shoulder. Willie. Gurr.
Some noises coming off the bench and the fans as well. Maybe not quite as happy with the officials at the moment. Reckon a couple of decisions have gone against Loudoun.
Sacramento finding some prosperity in their build. Gurr. Right into the chest of Awuah. McCabe elects to dribble and gives it away. The 18-year-old Willie has it for a moment. Awuah gets it right back. Awuah, Ordonez playing as the hold-up man this time around. And Sacramento get back defensively. Loudoun have 4 clean sheets during the regular season, only 1 in the Jaeger Cup. That was at Lexington in their opener back in April. Jacob Erlinson scored the only goal in that match in the 96th minute. Otherwise, Loudoun would not be here. Both Lou City and Charlotte each had 9 points. But Loudoun beat Lou City in regulation and Charlotte in penalties to advance. Ordonez called for the foul. Two changes coming right now, brought to you by Segra for Loudoun. Zach Ryan is coming in, as well as Amari Glasgow. That duo replaces Santos and Ordonez.
As we expected, there were going to be changes about this time, and I'm sure there will be for Sac Republic fairly soon as well. It's what happens normally at this stage of the match. Look at the quality they're able to bring on. Amari Glasgow is so quick, and whereas Pedro Santos had the experience, Glasgow's got the pace, and that could make a massive difference to Loudoun going forward.
Ordonez made that big splash at the beginning of the game. He was pretty much quiet in the final 25 minutes or so of his shift. He played just about 30 minutes in each of his first 2 contests with the club. And now takes his spot on the bench and will be a spectator the rest of the way. Let's go. From Chicago Fire, started for Chicago in the US Open Cup. And will get more playing time here, just 21 years of age from Ghana. Abukura.
So sorry, I just noticed very deep in a low block, but Sac Republic very, very good at making it difficult to play through them.
Yeah, my point was going to be that Ryan Martin has said that there have been times this year when opponents play a low block against them, they have difficulties unlocking them. Ryan might just do so, but runs into Benitez. Bodies collide, no whistle. Awuwa, Glasgow. Below was the target. McCabe punches it towards Awuwa. Glasgow dashes, splits 2 defenders. You see the strength of the young man. Glasgow cuts back, chops it across. Fine defensive work in the middle there from Kleeman.
Oh, he done the hard work, Glasgow. He beat 1, he beat 2. I'm thinking pass it. He then tries to beat a 3rd and eventually gets closed down, but he's brought a spark onto the pitch already.
Good ball over the top. Abukura has to wait for it after it ticks Ross's head. Abukura darts around, leaves it back. Good spell of possession. Can Loudoun convert? Abukura runs into one, gives it away. Herrera. Awuwa pokes at it, takes it for a moment. Glasgow comes after it after Sac Republic sees 2 men stumble.
They were calling for a foul there, Sac Republic, and it was a fair call as well. Looked like a trip, but referee says play on. This is where I think as we get into the final third, this is where the tensions start to build now.
All 11 Sac Republic players are back behind the ball right now. Overlap, Awuwa gets the edge against Kerr, chops it across, knocked off of one man, off of a chest and out.
Shouts for a handball from Loudoun fans, shouts for anything from the Loudoun fans right now as the pressure on Sac Republic is taken up another notch.
Velo. Abukura angles it. This is great. Velo touches it over. Ryan rifles. Oh, Mazzola gets just enough to shovel it aside.
Jared Mazzola having a game tonight. He's made 2 or 3 vital saves so far. Lovely interplay for Loudoun. Good shot from Zach Ryan. Had pace and power on it. Goalkeeper comes up big. A very important moment for Sac Republic.
And it's an IBEW Local 26 corner kick. IBEW Local 26, empower your future. Roro Lopez is down. He was one of the men that was taken out moments before that little run from Ryan. And after a long awaited time period, Indy 11 have been the first team to score in their match. Romario Williams finishes this ball to put Indy out in front of Greenville in the 55th minute.
Good finish from Romario Williams. Takes that first time, smacks it in the back of the net. And now this is going to be a real uphill battle for Greenville Triumph away from home at Indy.
The assist goes to Bruno Rendon, and Indy 11 have the opening goal in the quarterfinal of the Jägermeister Cup.
It looks like he's struggling, Roro Lopez, and I'm guessing that Neil Collins might be making a substitution, not just him, but a couple. There you go. Pirano and their new signing as well, Corey Bennett.
So Herrera is coming out for Bennett, who led the Western Conference a year ago with Las Vegas in goals. Scored 15 times a season ago. And Pirano replaces Lopez. So reinforcements to the attack now for Sacramento as their wealth of talent will be on display here in the final half hour.
Quality players coming off the bench for both sides. They are really stacked. Christian Pirano, such a clever player. Scored a nice goal in the last match against Oakland Roots, and he has got 5 already this season. Very tricky, low center of gravity, quick on the turn.
Abukura readies for this corner. Abukura arcs it across, headed away by Ross. Glasgow gets to the second ball, waits for it to settle. McCabe throws another ball across. One man heads away. Cicerone against Glasgow. Given right back. And accelerating here is Tingy. Tingy surveys, crosses over the top of the late arriving Abukura, and Gurr flies it out. It hit a defender of Loudoun, so it's a throw here for Sac Republic. Can't watch the match? Turn on Sirius XM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access on Tuesday nights. Plus hear live matches from USL, MLS, Premier League, and more, all on Sirius XM FC 157 and the new Sirius XM app. Who's going to be the man that scores first in this match?
It's looking more and more like the home side. They've dominated the last 10 minutes. They're really putting Sac Republic under a lot of pressure. But it's pressure that hasn't created a lot of clear-cut chances. You've got to say Jared Mazzola has been by far the busier of the two keepers. He's made a couple of very decent saves, but can they create a really, really good opportunity, the home side, or will they get caught in a counter-attack? Maybe a Corey Bennett pace or something like that. Christian Pirano with a good dribble. That's the balance at the moment.
Glasgow captures. Glasgow continues his run. He's in, crosses. Timely clearance in the middle of the field by Desmond. Already seeing the pace paying off for the sub. "25 minutes to play. Scoreless in this quarterfinal bout between Loudoun and Sacramento. Loudoun have never beaten Sac Republic. A spot in the semifinal on the line. Michael Wattrain, Gary Bailey, and our team with you here in Leesburg, Virginia, inviting you to come hang out with us for these final 25 minutes. Republic have pushed Loudoun back after a decent run in the attacking third. Abukura dodges two defenders, plays Skundrich forward. Tingy cuts to the middle. Skundrich rotates the park. Awua. Velo. Off of the defender, gets it back. McCabe. Skundrich. Across the field. Glasgow doesn't get there. It's touchdown. And now here's Cicerone breaking away for a moment.
Certainly things are opening up here in the second half. More and more little half chances, gaps in midfield look they're quite spread here. A lot of red shirts, a very good high press going on, forcing this long ball from Sacramento Republic, and then they get possession once again, Loudoun.
Very relentless right now from Loudoun. Trying to see their hard work pay off with the opening goal in this matchup. Skundrich. Awua really gave it away. Glasgow has been excellent on this right-hand side. Glasgow comes in and just powers this ball out of our picture and out of play.
Commentator's curse, as you paid him a compliment there, he totally missed it there, but he has provided the spark. He's got this pace, he's running at the defense, probably something Ryan Martin has asked him to do. Defenders may be feeling a little bit tired at this stage of the game, and he's got the ability to run at them with such pace. And yeah, that shot didn't work out, but he's going to keep trying that in the hope that one of the shots does eventually find target.
Mark Glasgow from Chicago Fire. And Ryan Martin said that there might be a relationship building with Chicago, playing similar systems to what former U.S. men's national team coach Greg Berhalter wants to play. And the 21-year-old gets an opportunity to showcase his skill here with Loudoun and play more minutes, which ultimately is the most important part of the developmental phase. Upcoming schedules for these two teams here is an injury pauses play for the time being. And Loudoun's upcoming schedule looks like this. It's Charleston on the road, to El Paso, to Phoenix. This is a team that's trying to make the postseason for the first time in the USL Championship. What a challenging run of form that this has been, and they go to Charleston, who, with Lou City, have pulled away from the rest of the pack in the East.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough match. At home against Miami, that's where they've got to pencil in 3 points there. They've got points in the bag, so they would have to really go on a terrible run not to make the playoffs. But to be 100% sure, you want to win your home games. I would pick out Miami and San Antonio as 2 games at Segra Field that they need to win.
And then if you're Sacramento, what a challenge this is. They only have one home match over the next 5 weeks. That is Phoenix coming up. Otherwise, they go to El Paso, to New Mexico, then to Tampa. And if they win this match and get to the semifinal, they could have another road match in there on September 10th.
That's tough. Again, they have points in the bag, which means that they should make the playoffs, but you obviously want to finish as high as possible. None of those are easy matches. El Paso, New Mexico, Tampa Bay is a long, long journey, so tough times ahead for both these clubs, but both of them do have points spare, so to speak, so they're in a fairly good position going into the final phase of the season.
70 minutes in the books in this USL Jägermeister quarterfinal matchup. Benitez chases the slide tackle, gets the ball away. Faroux was coming out as well. Those are the moments that Loudoun have to avoid, that they've given up at times this season. A quick restart and nearly a quick chance for Sac Republic. We are scoreless with 20 minutes to play, and it was a timely defensive play here.
It's a great tackle, and you have to get that tackle right. A good, more of a block tackle. He blocks the shot and wins the ball. If you don't get that right, that's a clear penalty. So good defending there.
Giannis Learman with that timely effort. And now in the attack goes Loudoun. Here's Zach Ryan. Ryan hurls one across, and it skips into the mitts of Mazzola.
Again, safe hands of the goalkeeper, Jared Mazzola. If you had to pick a man of the match so far, you probably wouldn't go far wrong on picking Mazzola, because he's had some vital saves to make to ensure that there's a clean sheet at this stage for Sac Republic.
Officially credited with 5 saves so far in the game. Pirano. A chance to roll this one back. Only 1 shot on target for Sacramento in the game. Only 1 shot in this second half.
At this stage of Sac Republic are looking at this match thinking, you know what, we'll take the draw and go to penalties. It's a difficult place to come to. They were unlucky in the draw that there were 6 teams who finished top of their group. 4 of them got to play at home. Sac Republic unfortunately didn't. They might look at it and say, well, obviously we'd like to win it, but if we go to a draw, it won't be the worst thing in the world. I think for Loudoun, they certainly want to win it.
Awuah gets to the cross. It gets knocked back. Timmer. Bennett. Loudoun going for it in this one. Sacramento trying to withstand this pressure and find a counter. Cicerone, who's played the full 70+ so far, accelerates past multiple defenders, leaves it for Gurr. Gurr lines one up, fires it across, and hits it in the end as he flies it to the seats.
Frustrating for Jack Gurr. Cicerone's run half the pitch to set him up and get in the box, waiting for the cross, and Jack Gurr's gone down, maybe a little bit of cramp. Yeah, again, to say that when you travel across the country, it's a different climatic conditions, there's a loss of a few hours in your sleep. You're playing on turf, which is a very different impact to the bottom of your feet and your calf muscles. All makes it a little bit more difficult for Sacramento Republic.
Gurr has been a first-team all USL Championship selection in back-to-back seasons.
Come see what's trending on Karamo. He has deleted 1,938 texts in the last 30 days. See what's taking over everybody's feed all season on Karamo.
Weekdays at 3 on DCW 50.
Will there be a winner in regulation, or will we need penalties in this matchup? Glasgow unlocks. He would have been that target, but it's way too much on it as it rolls back to the keeper. Resetting the stage. Indy 11 lead, 1-0, 20 minutes to go there. Romario Williams scoring in the 55th minute. Rhode Island, Birmingham still scoreless with a quarter hour to go. This match also scoreless, and San Antonio and Hartford just about ready to kick in the Lone Star State.
So just a 1 goal so far in 3 Jägermeister Cup matches. It shows you how tight it is. Just wonder if there's something to come here, but as you say, if not, we'll go straight to penalties, and that will decide who goes through.
Sign's brought in attacking reinforcements around the 1 hour mark. McCabe gets booked. Tongue of the jersey there. Those have been the only subs that we've seen so far for either side in this game.
I would expect there could be a couple more still to come. This is it's one of those, you take it because there's only 15 minutes left. You're pretty sure you won't make a bad tackle and get a second yellow. Right, here we go. There is one then.
So Timmer and Gurr are both coming out of this match. And it's AJ Edwards and Chibi Ukebu both coming in. Defensive players to try to close this one out.
Number 2, Jack Gurr, and number 5, Jared Timmer. Now entering the match, number 23.
Timmer missed the last match, so maybe some concerns about his full fitness or whatever injury he might have been carrying.
All substitutions are brought to you by Segra.
A bobble, a giveaway, but a foul on the level. eFootball is here. Live your team, live your dream, rep your team, and play as your favorite USL Championship club. eFootball is free to play. Download it right now. Willie gets past that first man. Cicerone picks it up. Plays it forward. Tingy steps in front. Benitez commits the foul.
And the screams and shouts from the crowd. Intimidating environment there for the refereeing staff, but Abdu Ndai has called it reasonably well here today. He's called it as he's seen it. And I'm sure his fourth official on the sideline is getting a real earful there from the nearby crowd.
It's been an opinionated crowd throughout the match. Shots right now sit at 13-8. Loudoun lead there, as well as shots on target 5-1. A bobble. Ryan accelerates, doesn't get there first. Think about this. Sacramento has only given up 16 goals all season long in the regular season. They're the stingiest defensive team in the league. 7 of those 16, though, have come after the 78th minute. And if you look at the Jaeger Cup, they've only given up 1 goal in this tournament. That was Pedro Guimaraes scoring in the 95th minute for Orange County in a 1-0 win on June 28th. The end of games defensively have been when Sacramento has been at its most vulnerable.
And we picked out a few where Loudoun had conceded late. So what are you saying? There's a couple of goals still to come.
Definitely think that there could be some fireworks.
And if there is to be a goal again, you have to fancy the home side because of the travel and the tiredness and the turf, what it takes out of you if you're Sacramento Republic. Although, as you mentioned, Neil Collins himself says to the players it's not an excuse. It's a game of soccer on a pitch, be it grass or otherwise, and you just get on and do it. No excuses for not playing well, but you do think that it might just take something out of their legs here in the last 10 minutes, Sacramento.
Ross to Willie. Right back, Ross. Quick twirl, Pirano. Kleeman. Ukebu. Gets tugged and fouled by Florian Velo. Well, late game situations proving to be the difference makers. Rhode Island brings in Dwayne Atkinson. 2 minutes after coming on the field, he finds a pocket, and Rhode Island has the opener against Birmingham.
And that's all just desire by the striker there. He's pushed and shoved and got the ball fairly driven past the defender. That takes the applause. For Birmingham Legion, it's been a really, really tough season. It looks like that could possibly continue.
Foul here. Rhode Island have the advantage on the home field. They're protecting a 1-goal lead, as are Indy 11. San Antonio have just kick-started, and with 10 minutes to play here in the USL Jägermeister Cup quarterfinal, Loudoun and Sacramento scoreless. Ryan finds space, flies it across inaccurately for Abukura and out for a goal kick. Alongside the former Manchester United goalkeeper Gary Bailey, I'm Michael Watring with our team here in Leesburg, Virginia. Great to have you with us here this evening. And Gary, you look back at this match, it's two teams that have struggled to manage games at the end. But it's been a stalemate. Loudoun have had their chances in the second half, but both keepers have made timely saves when they've needed to.
Especially Jared Mazzola. For me, he's made a whole bunch of saves, 4 or 5 of them, and they have been absolutely crucial. One, which might end up being the big talking point. If this is 0-0, that potential red card and free kick just before half-time, when a lot of Loudoun fans and management and coaching staff felt the keeper should have been sent off, Jared Mazzola. If it's 0-0, they'll look back at that moment and maybe say they should have got a different decision.
Glasgow funnels this through. Ryan turns and dents the left post. Nearly had the first goal of the night.
That is so close. It's a great turn. It really is. Fantastic awareness of where the goal is. That's where he's brilliant, Zach Ryan, at these sort of moments. And again, Loudoun have come so close, just can't get that breakthrough.
Ryan had the game winner against Indy the other day in the 83rd minute. We're getting close now as Glasgow lays it up top. Turning here is Skundridge. Below, unable to hold on. Willie lofts away. Bukura recycles. McCabe backpedals. Loudoun have flexed its muscles in this second half. If not for a Herrera header in the 52nd minute that Faru saved against Sacramento, Sac Republic would have no shots in this second half. Awuah darts around Edwards. He gets taken down, asks for a foul, but his cross goes out. The USL Championship and League One are on CBS Sports and ESPN platforms all season long. Catch live matches and expert analysis every day on the CBS Sports Golazo Network and ESPN Plus. Go to USLChampionship.com or USLLeague1.com for the complete USL TV listings. Willie leaves it. Cicerone. Too much on that to allow Benitez to get behind the back line. Willie. Here's Cicerone in space. Cicerone off of a man. Faru funnels it out. It hit a defender. It looked like it was a cross, and Faru reacts quickly.
And that all came from some lovely work by young Blake Willie in midfield, twisting and turning, through ball for Cicerone. His effort pushed out by Faru. But as Neil Collins told us, he said, Blake Willie, yes, he's a teenager, but he's there because he's good enough. I've been forced to pick him. And when you consider how many experienced and quality players they have at Sac Republic, just shows you what exciting talent young Blake Willie is.
Faru down. Loudoun have gone to penalties in each of its last 2 Jaeger Cup matches. Sacramento has not been to one so far. Advantage, disadvantage, who knows for sure, but there is a little bit on paper for what Loudoun does.
I think it is an advantage. You've been in that situation. They've lost one, Loudoun, they've won one. They know what it takes. They know how to keep cool, and they're at home as well. So you would think all those things would be in their favor, but it's a small percentage difference. So much is just down to the players in that specific moment. A bit of fun there with the fans on the side of the pitch. Awuah.
Just a brief glance at some of the numbers, and we'll revisit if needed. But Faru has saved 2 penalties during the USL's regular season this year. It's the only 2 saves in his career. Mazzola on the other side, he's only saved 1. That was with Greenville a couple years ago when he faced 6, but 2 of those 6 were missed. So we'll see if we get to that point. And then both coaches, of course, right now, they have to go through their list and make sure that they have the right men on the field that they want to see take penalties at this point.
Applause for Faru as he gets up. Expect a goal at this stage. Loudoun 0.92, Sacramento 0.46, so it's double for Loudoun. And as we said, they have looked the brighter, they've looked the more likely to score. Faru's had 1 and 2 saves. On the other side there, Jared Mazzola's had 5 or 6, so he's been by far the busier keeper.
It's been a sturdy day for Jared Mazzola, who has been the keeper throughout the Jaeger Cup. All told, he has 4 clean sheets this year, including the U.S. Open Cup. Vitiello has been the keeper during the regular season, but he gives way to this experienced 26-year-old who played collegiate soccer at Quinnipiac. Down to the final couple minutes in this one, plus stoppage time. But if you know these two teams at all, stoppage time sometimes is where opponents find their best work in the attack. Willie. Bennett was the target. It's a foul. Learman came in. He thought he won it cleanly. But yet again, the fans, who have not been quiet at all tonight, voiced their opinion.
He won the ball, no question, but you can't win the ball and take out the man. So the question is that just a natural coming together, or was there a danger to the opponent? Again, only the referee can decide that. Abdu Ndai, he's made his decision. Now, is this a little chance here for Sac Republic, who've struggled this second half? They haven't really been on the front foot much, but you get the likes of Freddie Kleeman in there, Lee Desmond, and young Chibiu Kebu. They've all got plenty of height on them.
Michel Benitez has the honors. Benitez boomerangs across, knocked away. Ross gets to the second ball. Accelerating past that first man is Edwards. Cannot get past the second as he fouls Awuwa. It's a quick restart. It would have been, and it would have been a breakaway for Abukura.
Your temper's getting heated now because he would have been well clear, but the referee blew as it happened, so he'd already made up his mind. And that's the advantage of taking quick free kicks sometimes. If someone's lively up front, they make a run, they're away. We thought it would get chippier the second half. It certainly has.
USL Jägermeister Cup quarterfinal match here in Leesburg, Virginia. Awuwa backpedaling. Edwards had it for a moment, plays it off of Awuwa, out for a goal kick. Russell Cicerone is coming out. His shift comes to an end. He played the final almost 80 minutes with a yellow card after picking it up in the 10th minute, but he gives way to the 23-year-old Scottish forward, Lewis Jameson.
Now entering the match, number 24.
He looked very impressive in his opening match. He looked super quick and scored that goal. And since then, he's been more of a bit part player. Scored against Las Vegas in the 5-0 win as well, but that opening game was against New Mexico, 2-1 victory at home. Comes from Raith Rovers in Scotland. I think that was the same club that the coach was on as well, Neil Collins. It was a player that he knew from his time coaching at Raith Rovers.
That's correct. Spent some time over there, did Neil Collins. He's over Jameson with him. Returning to the USL after his time with Tampa Bay and overseas. 90th minute now. Ryan has it. He hit the left post in the 82nd minute. Otherwise, Loudoun would have the edge now and trying to see this one out. With a spot in the semifinal on the line, we inch closer and closer to penalties. Tingy. Glasgow. It's a great touch from Velo. Kleeman shields, however, as he takes it away. And it's sent away up towards midfield. Bennett had it for a moment. And it is a foul on Bennett. There will be a minimum of 8 minutes of stoppage time added to the half. Brought to you by Novak. Novak's energy-saving tips are a real game changer.
I was surprised that was given against Corey Bennett. I thought he was the one that was fouled, but the referee said he put his body into the defender. So there's been a couple of decisions that both benches have been less than happy with, but again, referee calls it the way he sees it, and that's all there is to it.
Is there a stoppage time winner in one of these two sides? Abukura plays short. Gets closer towards the 18 and lashes it off of Jameson's backside. It stays in play for the team's leading goal scorer. During the regular season, Sac Republic have conceded 3 times, including in the 97th and 98th minutes. 2 stoppage time goals conceded by Loudoun this year. Offside at this moment.
95th against FC Tulsa. There was one in the Cup, 103rd against North Carolina. So both teams have been a little bit susceptible at the end of games. It would be a real stunning goal for either side now, because you would think whoever scores is almost certainly going to win it with just over 6 minutes left. Otherwise, we go to the exciting prospect of penalties. And if Jared Mazzola is, in my book anyway, probably the player of the match so far, is he going to take it all the way and win the penalty shootout as well?
He's the one that takes this restart all the way into the penalty area. Glasgow angles towards the sideline and now begins his run. Plenty of pace for the Guyana national. Glasgow gets a throw. Velo. Well, maybe some late drama happening in Rhode Island. Edwin Lazo has picked up a red card in stoppage time for Birmingham. So they're down to 10, trying to battle back from a goal differential. Greenville continue to trail 1-0. That is in the 90th minute in Indianapolis. Ryan does well to knock this ball down. Velo back on it. Rifles it across. Knocked out. Skundrich tries to get the angle. Skundrich sizzles off the defender's backside.
But wouldn't he love to score? Former Sac Republic man, Drew Skundrich.
Skundrich wanted that ball a little bit faster. Did not get it. Abukura. It works out to Ryan. Abukura back on it. Glasgow with defenders all around. Glasgow finally unleashes one off of the defender's back. Tingy was begging for it outside of the 18. Abukura chips it. Awua makes the run, punches it over the top. Skundrich keeps it in. Mazzola denies another. Abukura shoots it through. Scrambling defensively. Ukebu knocks it out. Abukura lifts it back in. Skundrich makes the run. Sac Republic defending here in stoppage time. Loudoun not done yet with this charge. McCabe, Velo, Tingy, corner kick.
Wow, Jared Mazzola again with a crucial save from Skundrich, but lovely ball over the top. Awuha, little chip. I thought it was going in initially. Skundrich pulls it back. Goalkeeper gets there nice and quickly. And then all the other bodies behind the ball throwing themselves in front there, Sac Republic. Great defensive work from the visitors.
It's a corner kick here for Loudoun. Florian Velo, who has 7 assists this year, laces it across. Cannot get it past Bennett. And now Bennett races the other way. Abukura knocks it away from Pirano. Benitez being buried in his own end. Abukura. Benitez. Glasgow keeps it in on the sideline. 95th minute. Awua whips it across. Velo brings it in. Off of a defender, it's another corner here for Loudoun.
You have to give Loudoun credit. They have been on this front foot for the entire second half. They really have given it everything they've got. They've come so close, but for some excellent saves from Mazzola in that Sac Republic goal.
Velo connects. A body goes down. It takes a bounce. Ryan was there and shoots it high.
There was a chance even before Zach Ryan's shot over the crossbar. Have a look when this comes in from Florian Velo. There's an effort, just gets blocked, and then Zach Ryan just can't get over the ball. He just flashes at it. If he could have just sort of tried to get his foot over the top of it, didn't have to hit it hard. He was only a few yards out. What a chance for Loudoun United.
Some late game surges here from Loudoun. They just cannot get through. Mazzola having himself a career evening. And his former team, Greenville, have equalized in Indianapolis. An own goal in the 90th minute makes it 1-1. Will we have stoppage time magic here in Virginia? Learman, Awua backpedaling. Excellent first touch. Abukura, Awua. In between two Loudoun players. Dambrot brings it down. Learman. Farouk. Tingy. Well, not much time left now, if there is, for a winner. Ryan. Glasgow is making that run, but it rolls into Mazzola, and here's that game management part of the game that needs to happen right now if you're Sac Republic.
Well, they're doing a very good job, Sac Republic, getting bodies behind, throwing those bodies in front of the ball. At the same time, credit to Loudoun United for getting on that front foot and creating so many good chances. It really has been a fantastic cup tie in that sense. No goals, but they've had everything else.
Bobbles, Pirano overruns. It's Tingy. Tingy measures. Glasgow with it. Darts past the first. Glasgow's shot ricochets off of the knee. And certainly the final action of the night will come right here on a corner.
One last effort from the home side here. They have come so close so many times. But it would be heartbreaking if you're Sac Republic to concede this late in the game. Drama at its best here. Jägermeister Cup football.
99th minute. Florian Velo is ready. The last chance of the night. An out-swinging boomerang off of the first man's head. Mazzola gobbles it up. Full-time whistle blows. And we are going to PKs here in Virginia to decide a spot in the semifinals. Well, Loudoun did everything but score.
They did, but congrats to both sides. I mean, for Sac Republic to come away at a difficult place against a team sitting third in the East, they put in a really good defensive performance today. Haven't created too much in attack, but defended so well. For Loudoun, they've been creative, they've been clever. Zach Ryan's had chances. They've had chances. Abukura's had a little sniff here and there. Ordonez earlier on had a chance or two as well. So if they do go out on penalties, they'll feel hard done by Loudoun United, especially. I think they will point to that penalty appeal just before halftime and say that could have been the turning point for them if Mazzola had been sent off.
20 shots in the game for Loudoun, no goals as we look back at the highlights from this one, and plenty of chances for Loudoun in the game. And here in the opening moments of this one, it's a ball across that gets headed down, and ultimately in the end, McCabe's long shot falls into the hands of Mazzola.
Yeah, it was a good effort to try and get the shot. In the end, the shot didn't have enough power. Easy save for the goalkeeper. Not too much going on first half. There was an Ordonez chance, and of course, hopefully we'll see the penalty appeal just before halftime. And this is it. Awua gets there first. Jared Mazzola hits him, but does the ball hit Mazzola? Yes, he makes the save with his feet, so the collision's incidental if the keeper makes the save. Have a look again. Comes off his feet. There was a big call for Loudoun for a red card and a free kick, but I think, having seen this quite a few times, the referee actually got it right.
There were some chances, though, from Sac Republic. This one from Herrera forced a good save from Farouk.
Good save, reading that. They headed down onto the turf. He reads the bounce perfectly. Hugo Farouk then tips it away from danger. An important save from the Loudoun keeper.
61st minute. This was another good chance. Zach Ryan off of the bench. Good passing, but yet again, Mazzola denies.
Hits it well, Zach Ryan, at the goalkeeper's feet. The goalkeeper just stands firm and makes the block as he should, but Zach Ryan coming on really added a bit of spice to that Loudoun attack.
82nd minute. This was as close as we got to a goal all night, and if not for the bar, it would have been 1-0.
Brilliant turn. Post coming to Sac Republic's aid there, but just the awareness of where the goal was, the power he put on that shot. That deserved to go in a sense because it was just really, really good forward play. And then right towards the end, they kept on going. This one, Awuho chips over. You think it's going in, it doesn't. Skundrich, the former Sac Republic man, nearly scored the winner. Goalkeeper yet again, and it's just a big, big scramble.
Abukura came in flying for this second chance, and he puts it on target, but it was saved by Ukebu. And here are your full-time stats in this one. Possession favors Loudoun. They had more of the opportunities in this game, but we go to penalties. What's your mindset as a keeper when you're going to this stage?
Just got to focus on putting off the opposition. You choose a side and you commit to it, or if you want to, you just stand and wait to see where they go. It's changed a lot these days, and that some strikers will wait to see if you move, so you don't want to commit too early. But the way Jared Mazzola's played this game, you would think he's very confident of doing well. Having said that, though, Hugo Faru had a couple of good saves. He's an experienced keeper. So 2 good goalkeepers having had a decent game. Now it's up to the strikers to see if they can take the pressure.
And resetting the stage real quick around the rest of the Jägermeister Cup. Rhode Island have just finished. Dwayne Atkinson's goal in the 74th minute has propelled Rhode Island into the semifinal. Greenville and Indy also going to penalties. San Antonio Hartford scoreless in the 25th minute. Here, we're into penalties, and it's going to be Corey Bennett that starts things off for Sacramento Republic. He came on as a sub, and he has scored in his time with Sac Republic, and now he has his opportunity here against Hugo Faru. Bennett stands outside of the box. Circles. Bennett bashes. Faru gets a right paw on it to deny Bennett to start penalties.
Good save from Hugo Faru. Chooses the right way, but he's still going to get an arm to it, a strong arm, and put it away from trouble. It's not a bad penalty, but it's not a great penalty. If the keeper guesses the right way, he's got every chance of saving it. It's not hit with enough power to get ahead of the keeper, but still, fantastic save there from Hugo Faru.
It's a great start if you are Loudoun, and now you turn it over to Keegan Tingy. He starts things off for Loudoun in the penalties. 2 goals during the regular season. The 24-year-old from Stanford steps up. Tingy throttles. Left hand from Mazzola, but it skips past him and into the net.
So close for Jared Mazzola. Left that hand behind. He dived to his right, left the hand back, and the hand nearly stopped that ball. It was played down the center of the goal. Have a look at the goalkeeper's left arm as it comes up there. Just he's diving, so his arm's going away from the center. Just doesn't have enough power on it to keep that ball out.
Advantage Loudoun through round 1. And now Nick Ross steps up. Faru saved the first chance in this match. Ross rockets. Faru dives right, but cannot get underneath it. It goes in. Sacramento are level.
Maybe Nick Ross just getting a little bit more power on that than Corey Bennett has, and the pace is what beats Hugo Faru. He's not far away though, but a lot more pace on that shot by the looks of it.
So now it will be the team's leading goal scorer, Abdelatif Abukura, who has not scored in the last 5 matches. His longest drought of the season for the USL Championships, 2nd best goal scorer. And let's see how this matchup goes. A great night here from Mazzola. Abukura bashes. Mazzola is there with both hands to smother again.
It's a good save, but it's not a good penalty. It's not enough pace in it. It's the right height. If as a keeper you guess right, you're going to save this every time. It needs to be hit a lot harder than that. Or you've got to see where the keeper goes and put it the opposite side. He does neither. Now we're back level.
2 rounds down, each keeper with a save so far. And now into round number 3, and it will be Edwards stepping up. A.J. Edwards, 22, played in the San Jose Earthquake system the last couple of years with the Town and MLS Next Pro. One of the newest members of Sac Republic has a chance to give them the lead in PKs for the first time. Edwards pushes right down Broadway to score and give Sac Republic the edge.
And that's a good penalty. Down the middle with so much pace that the keeper is not going to save it unless he just keeps standing where he is. And maybe he sees Hugo Farugo and decides to go down the middle, but absolutely hammer that ball.
And now Loudoun turn it over to Zach Ryan, who was the closest to score during the run of play in the match. Mazzola just saved the last shot that he saw. Ryan steps off, a wide base. Zach Ryan pummels. Mazzola fends off another. Back-to-back penalty saves from Jared Mazzola.
Wow, it's certainly his night, Jared Mazzola. He's been brilliant. Picks the right way. Again, the penalties at the height that you can save. It's his side foot, so it hasn't got enough pace. He points. It must have been some chirping going on beforehand, so that's why he points at him. Absolutely magical moments for Jared Mazzola.
A night to remember for Mazzola so far. And now it's Michel Benitez, who led the team in scoring during the group stage with 2 goals. To make it a 2-goal separation. Benitez blasts and tucks it into the right corner. 3-1 Sac Republic.
It's a good penalty because it's the opposite way to the keeper, and it's high and it's tucked in there. So even if Farouk goes the right way, he's probably still not going to get to that ball. And now all the pressure on Loudoun because they have to score. Otherwise, they're out.
A must-score situation, and it's the 21-year-old Guyana national who has 33 caps with the national team. Has to score here to keep it going. Glasgow pounds and beats Mazzola, who guesses wrong for the first time.
Well, as a keeper, you're not going to guess right. It's very difficult. You've got 1 of 3 choices, left, right, or stand still. So you've probably got a third, 33 1/3% chance of picking the right way. He's done pretty good so far, Jared Mazzola, but they're still in the pound seat, Sac Republic. And it's this one to win it. If they score this, Loudoun cannot catch them.
Sacramento has never lost to Loudoun. And now it is Christian Pirano that can be the man to finish this one off. Can Hugo Faru make a save to keep Loudoun in this here in round 5? Christian Pirano powers off of the paw of Faru, but into the side netting, and Sacramento is heading to the semifinal. Resiliency from Sac Republic, winning 4-2 in pens.
Brilliant from the goalkeeper. That's why they're hugging him. He was fantastic during the match. He's been fantastic in the penalty shootouts. Nice finish here. Hugo Faru gets a hand on it. He is so close to making that save. It's a little bit too high for him. Nice one from Christian Pirano, but a great cup match for Sac Republic. Got to say that Loudoun had the better chances, maybe should have wrapped it up. Nearly had a call before halftime for what could have been a red card, but I don't think it was, although I'm sure it'll be contended by the Loudoun players, who are still arguing with the referee about a whole bunch of stuff. But this is cup football at its best. Sac Republic have done it, possibly against the odds, having traveled the country, played on turf. What a fantastic job, but well done, Jared Mazzola.
Jared Mazzola makes 2 saves in penalties. He makes 6 during the run of play, and it is a penalty kick victory for Sac Republic. We'll recap our night here in Leesburg when we return.
Super serving the entire DMV.
Weather with a regional approach so you know what's moving in and where the action will be.
And most importantly, so you know when it's getting serious.
DMV First Warn Days on DC News Now means you need to be weather aware.
So you can prepare, plan, and keep your family safe.
DC News Now, super serving the entire DMV. Get your forecast at dcnewsnow.com.
Three ice-cold Jägermeister shots, please. Those look warm.
Serve it cold or don't serve it at all. Jägermeister. Damn, that's cold.
A distraught Loudoun United team that won the run of play. They had 22 shots to 9 for Sac Republic today. They had the edge after one round in penalties, but they fall 4-2. Alongside Gary Bailey, Michael Wattring back to recap our night here in Leesburg, Virginia, between these two sides as we take a look tonight at our Save of the Match presented by Segra. And it was Hugo Farou coming up clutch on one of two shots in the second half for Sac Republic.
As we said before, fantastic save because you've got to read the bounce. It's headed down by Sebastian Herrera. You've got to read the bounce and flick the ball away from the danger areas. Able to do both is Hugo Farou.
And then we go to penalty kicks. And right at the outset, Corey Bennett, the first kick, Hugo Farou saves.
He does what he's meant to do as a keeper. You've got to try and at least make one save. Now it's up to your players to score penalty kicks, and Abukura has his saved. And you mentioned it before that they've been in 2 penalty shootouts already, Loudoun. You would think they would have got their penalties sorted. That one just not good enough to beat Mazzola.
And then Mazzola makes a second consecutive save against Zach Ryan. Big time effort today from Mazzola.
And there was a little bit of chirping beforehand, so he points the finger. That one, Farou had to say to keep them in the match. He nearly did from Pirano, but it was enough to see Sac Republic through to the semi-finals.
Pirano wins it 4-2 in penalties, and here's how it looks. Rhode Island win 1-0 on Dwayne Atkinson's goal. Greenville get an own goal in the 90th minute, and they outlast Indy 6-5 in penalties. And the League One side is into the semifinals. San Antonio, Hartford are scoreless, and we'll find out the results tomorrow at 9:30 a.m. on the CBS Sports Golazo Network. And just as I say that, Hartford have taken the lead at San Antonio. Mamadou Dieng scores in the 36th minute, but some great fun here in the Jägermeister Cup.
Absolutely brilliant. Both coaches talking about how great the Jägermeister Cup has been, and I think the fans love it as well. We've seen some great and very tight cup matches in every game so far tonight, and I'm pretty sure the drama will continue into the semifinals.
So it is Sac Republic advancing to the semifinals of the Jägermeister Cup. Who will they meet? 9:30 a.m. tomorrow on CBS Sports Golazo. They will find out their fate, outlasting Loudoun 4-2 in penalties in our match tonight. Thanks so much for watching this one. For my partner Gary Bailey, I'm Michael Wattring signing off. We'll talk to you again this weekend with more USL action. Good night, everybody.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.